Recently, I've been faced with the question, why do women prefer men who have had, let's say, experience in the dating world? And a lot of my friends kind of has the same vibe, girlfriends. They say that they would prefer generally a man who has dated before, who has been in a couple or at least one or two relationships before, and they wouldn't really go for guys who, even though good looking, or has never been in a relationship. So why is that? So, I don't know about you guys, but in my circle of friends, I have a pretty good ratio between men and women friends. So like I hang out with both genders. I don't really have gay friends, which is I may need to work on that. I don't know, but I'm generally pretty good friends with a lot of women, even some of my old teachers. So women across the age range. So this is gonna be a little spoiler for you guys, because I'm assuming most of my audience would be guys, trying to understand the dating world. So the reason for that, and here's the thing, it's not synonymous with how to say. I prefer a guy who have had a couple relationships. It is not synonymous with I will only go for guys who have had 10 relationships. I only like bad boys. That's not the point. So there's this how to say theory that I have put up over the years. I still need more data to confirm it, but in my experience, we as guys, or how to say, both genders, we misunderstand each other a little bit sometimes. So, for example, for guys, when we're young and we're nice and all of that, like we're pretty okay guys, right? And we kind of self-realize we don't have a lot of money or we don't have the conditions to have a girlfriend. So what happens is that we just see a girl that we like, and a lot of times we just kind of go, oh, I would love to be in a relationship with her, but I'm not there yet in my life. And so we fall back, we work on ourselves, which is a good thing. But the men who don't really have that instinct are men who are like already super rich, or like just fucking fuckboys. And so those are the types of men that appears in front of women the most, which is quite interesting. So a lot of my girlfriends before like they are grown up, let's say I've been friends with them ever since they're teens, and they always tell me, like how the kind of man that they meet is like, and they keep saying, oh, all good men are dead. It's like, no, not quite. Most of us are just like pretty introverted and we prefer playing video games. So that's quite interesting. But regarding women, a lot of times I think the men around me at least kind of misunderstand women. Like the way women communicate is not that direct. It is a lot of it is subtext, or how to say, it's hard to explain. You gotta hang out with them for a while. So get some woman friends. If you want a girlfriend, you need to understand women. So have just woman friends. I think that's like a pretty good advice. Just like open your circle up to more people, get to know them better. So like if you want to have a girlfriend eventually, then you need to be able to treat her as a human, right? And it could be quite challenging. I will admit that because like girls are just so different, especially for younger guys. So when they mean what they mean from saying I like guys with more experience in love is just that the way women love is like super different from me and you. It's like it's very delicate. It's very, how to say, you gotta think about what is the problem here. So, for example, in one of my older relationships, I was an asshole. I was an asshole. Why? Because I was young, so I did a lot of stupid shit, which we will get into into later videos. But one of the things that stood out was that it wasn't even like an asshole-ish thing. It was more just like me being a guy. It was more like I'm trying to fix all the problems all the time. So a girl could come up to me and say something from her heart, and I would be like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, which is No, 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 no. Listen to me, listen to me. That's a fucking death sentence, my man. That's a death sentence. You do not tell that. So I learned this from one of my lecturer in university, which is like, yeah, that I think that tells you how close I am to some women. I wouldn't really say close. It's just like we how to say respect each other, and we don't necessarily hang out, but we keep a really good relationship. Age gap and all that, but like whatever. So, um, a lot of times women just kind of like they want to express their emotions, which sounds how to say which you already heard this before, but like let me give you an example. So like I asked a friend and a lecturer a couple questions when I was younger about women and their habits and all of that, and how they talk, communicate. A lot of times women would how to say when they are mad at you or something, the initial like the default response of all men are like, I don't know what the heck you're mad at. I did nothing. And then I see this too is that we could do soft gaslighting. We could. I'm not saying you are a bad person. It's just that how to say let's say you make fun of your male friend, and then he gets his feeling very hurt, and then we turn around and we say something like, "Oh, can't you take a fucking joke?" or something like that. A lot of times we could be, like, as men, we could be. The key word is could. I'm not saying all of us are malicious, but like we could be somewhat dickheads. we could, and which is a really no go with women. Wait, what was I saying before? Ah, right. So when your girlfriend is mad at you, what do? What's the correct answer? The correct answer would be to apologize. So this is at the point where when I told some of my guy friends when we were younger, a lot of our guy friends said, "What the fuck? What are you talking about, dude? Q, what are you talking about? That makes no sense." But the logic behind it is for us guys, it's like, oh, I did this thing. Oh, I'm so sorry for this and that. I have to understand what I did to hurt you. But for girls, it's a lot of times it's like, I want you to apologize for hurting my feelings, even though we don't necessarily know what the type of wrong thing we did, but we should still be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry for hurting your feelings or whatever. I'm not so sure what I did wrong, but I still apologize because I must have done something to make you feel wronged. And after apologizing and making peace with you, we will get into that part. So like when girls say, I want a guy with a relationship with experience in relationship, it's like that. It's very subtle. It's very like for us men, it's kind of like backwards logic. Does that make sense? So at the top of my head, I can only think of that. But a lot of things in relationship with a girl is like that. You think like you put her emotions first. Kind of like that, which I know you guys heard before. Oh, girls, women, blah, 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 their emotions, whatever. But like, like yeah, you apologize for hurting her first, and then you do that. So a lot of times in a relationship, it works like that. You kind of retroactively think about, wait, what is at stake here? So for example, when you're fighting, a lot of men that I know fight like they fight with their friends, because we men, like, we fight and then we beef, and then we kind of tore each other apart. We tear each other apart in that conversation. 5 minutes later, hey, you want a beer, kiddo? And we're cool, right? Women don't necessarily work like that. Once you go past like a certain emotional threshold, you're gone. You're done, buddy. No making peace. Nuh-uh. It's not like how guys work. It's like in Vietnamese we kind of say chưa đấm nhau vỡ đầu chảy máu chưa lại nghe em. Kind of like, if you have never had beef, like big beef with your bro, you're not exactly bros, because like best friends who are guys, we fight each other all the time. And we disagree with a lot of things and we get really loud about it. But like with women, no, that's not how it works. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say for this video. So kind of self-explaining how women works in relationships and what they mean by that specific statement. If you guys want to talk more about women, then sure, I'll tell you guys what I know. What I know. Okay, I'm not like the end all be all super guru about women. This is still just a guy who hangs out with women. But that should be all for today's video, alright? Later!